Hello! So this is another kind of video diary, just a continuation from last time and a chance to go over a couple of things. Including getting used to doing this sort of stuff again. So I suppose really start talking about the beginning of the year has not been great personally for me. So my wife's had a lot of medical problems and things to work through, so it's been quite stressful, and I haven't got a lot of guitar playing done like I had planned to do. I'll try not noodle away while I'm talking. Yeah, but I'm kind of back to things now. Not a very good week as well. I don't know if you can see, I've got like a burst blood vessel on my eye. Not great. Don't know how it happened. Googled it, and it's not a sign of a sort of stroke or a brain aneurysm or something like that. I think it's maybe just being a bit tired or being a bit vigorous when washing my face. Yeah, just sort of appeared last night, and I'm hoping it goes down over the days ahead. Yeah, so over the last week, I don't know, you might have noticed I've been doing some more videos than normal, just getting back into the routine of uploading consistently. It's been helping. I would say there's a lot of new subscribers over the last week. Maybe about 20 new people, so that's good news. Good to have you guys along. And yeah, I'll just sort of introduce myself again. So I'm Jack. Yeah, play guitar on YouTube, sort of as a way of logging my practice, like a diary. I often go back myself and watch older videos and, you know, look at myself playing and cringe a little bit. But that's part of the process, you know, and as I get better, I can kind of watch and see the progress as it goes along. So it's been going pretty well. I've been doing this for about 2 years, maybe. So yeah, you'll see a lot of changes if you look at some of the earlier videos. But yeah, as I say, good to have new people along, and hopefully they keep coming in, and hopefully I can sort of share ideas and things as I come across them. I think if you watch any kind of guitar YouTube at the moment, the big sort of story is like the Instagram guitar thieves, the guys who will sort of mime along to other people's music. I think you might know who I'm talking about. And yeah, people steal ideas in music, but there's like another side to it, which, you know, I do all the time, which is borrow licks and ideas from guitar solos as you learn. You know, I learned the sort of basic scales and solo shapes and stuff, but it's when you hear ideas in music and you think that sounds quite cool, I want to try and learn it. I think that's a pretty good thing for learning, growing a sort of vocabulary for your playing, and it makes it a lot easier to improvise if you've got a lot of stuff you know what it's gonna, you know, sound like. You kind of know what that's going to sound like because you've learned it, and then you can just throw it in there when you're doing a solo. And yeah, my theft this week has been from the final countdown guitar solo. So yeah, I don't know how much you might have seen when I've been playing, but what I've been trying to do is, like, you know, say I'm in B, sort of normal pentatonic shape. If you were to extend this sort of middle box to, you've got repeating notes. And I don't really like playing it here, but you get the same thing up here. And you'll have seen, you know, I've been playing a lot of that kind of thing. It's new to me, and it's like uncharted territory, you know, adding something that's always been there in the shape, but to add it to me, and then for me to have a look into this and try and find ideas and licks and things. And I think it was not this weekend gone by, but the weekend before, I was sort of jamming around, I think it is in B, jamming around in this sort of housey shape. And I like to think like, what would happen? All these notes are theoretically correct, so what would happen if I played? And then I thought, hang on, that sounds a bit like the thing from the Final Countdown by Europe, in case you don't know it, but I'm sure everybody does. So then I was sat and I went like, so. And so this sort of pattern I've kind of stolen. So that's now kind of in the mind bank for when I'm playing. And then what I do when I steal something from somebody is I try to immediately try and add it on to what I know already. So I know that the sort of blues scale thing, and I know that it kind of fits there, and then I say, okay, and I'll run out of frets. Something up there. But then I was messing around with this some more, and I was looking at the sort of shape the final counting bit ends on, and how that's kind of in the first position area. And then I thought to myself, it's kind of the same notes as the Gary Moore thing. That thing. And then I thought, well, hang on, could you not play the whole sort of final countdown? If I wasn't so high up in B, I could play, you know, up at the octave, but I can't really. So if you move it to A, you can kind of build that for. You could learn a sequence going downwards also, but you know, now this is something that I've been kind of practicing for a few days, and eventually I'll kind of build it into just another sequence that's in the bank for me. So that's what I would advise when, rather than learning a whole solo, or you know, stealing a guitar solo and saying you had written the solo. Take things you like that you think are cool and learn them, but then learn how it relates to what you know already, and then build on it, stretch it, and you know, that's not the only way to play that pattern. There's probably other patterns in there. I don't like that, but you know, it's something different. But yeah, stretch it, push it, and build it in. If you like it, make it yours, rather than, you know, just steal shamelessly. It's my kind of advice. That's what I do all the time. Borrow people's tricks and ideas and then try and make them my own. That's what I like to do, and I think it's working. But yeah, moving on from theft, I think like the plan for the future is to do a lot more practicing, but also to try and keep uploading consistently. And I think like for me, the main thing is obviously the jam videos are the bread and butter, but it would be good to do some more interesting videos. So I've had a couple of ideas. I might do like a kind of a look at the Fender Champ amp, take it open and talk about how few features there are on it, and maybe talk a bit about building the thing. I think that would be cool. And also I've got kind of a few instrumental ideas, and rather than just sort of record the whole project on my own and upload the finished product, I thought I might do a bit like a video where I'm in the studio and recording them and talking through the ideas and how it's coming along. I think that'd be quite a good idea. See if it works. If it doesn't, don't do it again. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. There will be maybe some more of these ideas, maybe talk about a few silly things. But yeah, for the next, into the summer at least, just plan on doing a lot more practice and keep on getting better. That's the idea. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining all the new people. And yeah, let's see how far it can go. Thank you.